Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you for a album review, for another album review, of course, for the Word Alive's newest album that we've been waiting for the past few months, for this album to come out, of course, for Hard Reset. I just got a chance to check out for myself. I downloaded it this afternoon, of course, because I had to work this morning and I didn't have Wi-Fi or service to download it to my old phone. So basically, I want to discuss what I listened to for this 13-track album, which is a runtime of over 47 minutes for Hard Reset, and I'll let you know what I thought of this album as a whole. So let's dive into this album review. Now, basically, it starts with the opening track, which is "The Word Alive Is Dead," and that was actually pretty good of a track. Good start to the album. Like Telly screams in this song, and basically his clean vocals and how vulnerable he feels with singing the track mostly. It sounds really ominous and pretty creepy, this song, but I think it works in the best way possible. But it's a pretty outstanding song, so 5 out of 5. Then comes Hard Reset, the title track, and that is one of my favorites of this album. Great track for what it's going for. Chorus is very memorable, and mostly the breakdowns and the verses are pretty amazing with the drum work. And this song hits. This song goes hard for sure, and it's a banger. And I really like this track. So 5 out of 5. Telly's vocals are pretty outstanding, and just the overall drum work and guitar work is pretty great. So yeah, 5 out of 5. Strange Love, I believe, was the fourth single for this album. Nocturnal Future was the first single. Then we had New Reality. Then I think it was Strange Love after that. So maybe the third single, I guess. And then it was Slow Burn, then Hate Me, and now we got the album. So basically, yeah, Strange Love is the third single for this album. And I believe it wasn't this single, but the next single announced this album's release date. So basically, I think Strange Love was really amazing. Telly's screaming vocals in the bridge are fucking fantastic, in my opinion. Definitely rock. This song does rock for sure. And any anyone that says otherwise is like, oh my god, how do you not like this kind of music? But still, not to be a total asshole, just saying that this song definitely is a banger for sure. And I really like Tully's vocals in this track for majority of his clean vocals, and this song really hits hard for sure. So 5 out of 5. One of Us featuring Noah Sebastian from Bad Omens is actually a great track. I didn't think I'd like this one, but as I progressed through the chorus, I was actually feeling for it. And Noah Sebastian's vocals are very deep and more falsetto in this track for his vocals, so I'm really digging his vocals in this track. So, and Telly's vocals are amazing too. So, pretty much 5 out of 5. This was a great track and great way to feature Noah Sebastian from Bad Omens into this album of Word Alive's album. So, basically 5 out of 5. New Reality was the second single for this album, and I really enjoyed this track, even though there's some experimentation with the electronic work. I think this song really is a banger for sure. Another great song for this album, and I really like this track. I think Telly really rips it with his screaming vocals and just the way he's mostly singing clean vocals sounds really good, and I really dig this track. So this is a track I really come back to a lot. So yeah, and I think I listened to it a few days ago while I was at work, just getting stuff put on shelves and all that at my Dollar General store. I was just headbanging to this track. I was like, this is a good song. So I was like vibing with the track mostly. So basically 5 out of 5 for New Reality. And this song really is a great song, and I highly recommend you check this track out if you haven't listened to it. and check out this new album too. Hate Me featuring Julian Comey, or however you pronounce Como, or if I'm pronouncing it right, I'm not sure. I might be mispronouncing it, but let me know in the comment section below. Great track. Really enjoyed this track for what it went for. And Telly's vocals in the chorus are very memorable and really hit a tune for this track. So this is a great song and definitely rocks for sure. I usually headbang to this track every time I listen to it, so it's it's definitely a good track. So 5 out of 5. Slow Burn was pretty melodic of a track, but I think it worked in the best way possible. It started off with acoustic work, but then it picked up into the more hard rock kind of stuff with this track. But it's a really amazing song, and Telly's vocals really shine in this song. So, pretty much 5 out of 5. I'm still giving it the same rating I gave it when I reviewed it. And thank you so much, The Word Alive, for commenting on my videos too. And hopefully, you can comment on this album review because I'm actually putting a lot of work into making a good review, and hopefully, you guys will enjoy it. Basically, the next song is Fade Away featuring Craig Mabbitt from Escape the Fate. Great track. Didn't think I'd hear a lot of screaming vocals from Telly in this track, and Craig Mabbitt was singing along with screaming vocals too in this track. And I know Escape the Fate is dropping a new album next Friday. I think it's called Out of the Shadows. I'm gonna check it out and see what I think of it, and because one of the singles, Cheers to Goodbye, was actually one of my favorites. I wouldn't say it was my favorite, but it was a strong track, and so was Hate Myself. So, Fade Away is getting a 5 out of 5. A New Empty featuring Philip Strand. Normandy, I think, is the band he's in or whatever. Um, Basically, this is a great track. I really like the overall melody to the song and just the execution and how the drum work, Telly's vocals, and Philip Strand singing too. They sound good together in this track, so I'm really vibing with this song. 5 out of 5. Static Rain, I wasn't sure what I was going to think of it as I listened to it, but it's a great track. It just took a little bit of time to marinate with that song, see what I was going to think of it. I got to listen to it a few more times and see if it grows on me a little more. But as a first listen, I was like slightly impressed as a regular Word Alive song. So 5 out of 5. Invisible Army is a great track. Really like Telly's vocals in this song, and definitely hits home with some of his screaming vocals, and majority of his clean vocals sound good in this track. So 5 out of 5. Then comes the first single that is for this album, Nocturnal Future, and that is a pretty rockin' song too. It's more clean vocals than I thought it would be, but I think it worked in its own way. And yeah, my video's lagging on me a bit, so sorry about that. It's just time delay for this video quality mostly. Basically, Nocturnal Future is getting a 5 out of 5. Then comes the final track, War With You, featuring Matt Good. The scream vocals at the end of the track, or bridge part of the song, I should say, are the best part of it. The rest of the track is hit or miss. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it's a solid track because the scream vocals are the positives for this. And some of the clean vocals in the chorus are pretty good. I think in the second chorus, Telly really rips it with his clean vocals, and I really like how it sounds. But the overall track with the verses, it's kind of slow, but I think it is okay. But I'd give this song a 4.5 out of 5. So not the best closing track, but it's something. I'd have to listen to it a few more times to see if it grows on me, but most likely that's the rating I'm going for with that closing track. So overall, production, mixing, and execution wise, I think Hard Reset is a really good album. Definitely rocks for sure. Highly recommend you check this album out for this Friday, August 25th. If you haven't listened to this album yet, it is worth the listen. and I highly recommend checking this band out. Which shout out goes to The Word Alive. If you're watching this review, you guys rock, for sure. You put out a really good album this time around. I was actually impressed with this more than Mania. Even though Monomania was really good, this is probably their best work. Despite the last song being my least favorite, I think the 12 out of 13 songs are really fucking fantastic. So for an overall score for me, I'm giving The Word Alive for their new album Hard Reset a 9.5 out of 10. Really rockin' album. Will be on my best albums of 2023 by the end of the year, so which is coming up in like about 3 months from now. The end of the year videos will start in November, so all the way to the end of December. So basically, 9.5 out of 10 for The Word Alive Hard Reset. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this album review, and hopefully the audio quality didn't cut out, because if it does, I'm going to be pissed. But shout out goes to Word Alive, even if you're watching this review. Thank you so much for watching my track reviews for your songs that you made and all that. And hopefully enjoy this album review. And I'll see you guys in my next review.